Welcome to In Her Voice. My name is Kelly Covert, and I am passionate about helping women live authentically by listening to their inner voice. Get ready to be inspired by women of all walks of life that have set aside their should-bes and not good enoughs and are standing in their true voice, the voice of wisdom that each and every one of us has inside. Well, hello there. This is Kelly. Thank you for tuning in today. It is Tuesday, May 19th. I like to specify because this is such a strange, weird time we're in during this pandemic, and I feel like it shades everything a certain shade to know, that this was created during that crazy time, just in case you might be listening to it after all that's over. And gosh, isn't that something to look forward to? Today, I want to talk about choosing. And if you've been following me over at Instagram, if you don't, you can follow me at Kelly J. Covert. But if you have been following me over there, you know I've been talking a lot about practices. I have my Create the Life You Want workshop that's coming up on May 31st, where we're going to dig in and really get clear on the practices for each of us individually that are going to be what we need for June. So that workshop's going to be amazing. But as I sat with it, I felt like, when we think of practices, often we're thinking about really specific things that we're doing. So that could be journaling, it could be meditating, it could be exercising, it could be drinking water, it could be, sleeping 8 hours a night or going to bed at 10 p.m., whatever the thing is. There's so many things that we can call practices. And, what makes them a practice as opposed to just something that we do is the intention behind that. But today I wanted to talk about choosing as a practice. And it's interesting because this is actually something that I've included in my own practices for the month of May, because I want to be in a place where I am consciously choosing how I'm showing up, what I'm putting in my body, how I'm speaking to people, how I'm being. So this idea of choosing is such a fascinating one because, I think a lot of times we float through life and we're in total default mode. We just do the thing that we've always done, and it doesn't really feel like a choice. It's just what we do. I walk into the kitchen, and if there are crumbs on the counter and dishes in the sink, I clean them up. And it doesn't feel like I'm choosing that. And oftentimes there's resentment behind that action because I'm mad that I have to clean up someone else's mess. And I'm, annoyed that my kids are so messy and dirty and they can't seem to pick up after themselves. And why am I the only one who can wash off the counter? All of these things, but I'm doing it sort of in this default way. I walk in, it's there, I do it. But what if I walk in and I see it and I say to myself, I'm going to choose to do this right now because it's going to make me feel better. I'm going to choose to wipe off the counter because I really like having a clean counter. I'm going to choose to put the dishes away in the dishwasher because it helps me feel better to have my space neat and clean. That is what I mean by choosing. And, I might also come into the kitchen and choose to leave it. Because when I choose to leave it, I can say to myself, I'm going to choose to leave this right now because if I clean it up, I will have resentment, and I don't want to feel resentment right now. So my choice is going to be, I'll talk to my kids about this and I will ask them to do it. And then I'm going to leave. I'm going to walk into a different room so it's not bothering me. So that too is a choice. But when I consciously choose how I'm approaching things, it makes all the difference. I was just over on Instagram watching some stories, and I saw a woman who was talking about how she had just met with her coach. She has a business coach, and they had developed this great plan of, things to do, like sort of a marketing action plan. And she was so excited about that. And yet she said, I know it's what I need to be doing, but I just feel like I can't get started. I just feel like I just sit there and I'm like, I don't know what choice to make first. And here's another way that choosing as a practice can come in. Because here's the thing, we're always choosing whether or not we think we are. If you are like that woman and you're not doing anything with this, action plan, or say it's a training plan for a workout, or whatever the plan might be, if you have a plan and you're not taking action on that, you're making a choice. You're making a choice to not do anything. So not taking action is still a choice. Not doing the thing that you say you want to do is a choice. And what that is a choice against your desires, or what you say your desires are. And so I'm really all about creating practices for myself that help me feel the way that I want to feel. And what I've come to see more and more and more is consciously choosing in a way that aligns with my desires helps me feel the way I want to feel. I want to feel healthy every day. I don't want to have to wait until I'm at my peak health, which I am, in all transparency, am not right now. I don't want to have to wait till that day comes to feel healthy. So how can I choose things today that help me feel healthy? Because health comes day by day by day. And I want to feel healthy today. I don't want to have to wait. I'm impatient. I want to feel healthy today. So I consciously choose. And here's the thing about choosing. It's kind of a downer. Sometimes the choices are hard choices. They're not always feel-good choices in the moment, right? Sometimes you have to choose between taking another chocolate chip cookie or leaving it on the plate. And that's not because about guilt or about anything like that. It's about knowing that you're choosing in order to help you feel healthy. And maybe on some days, the choice to feel healthy will be taking that second chocolate chip cookie. It's not about the choice itself. It's about consciously being aware of the choice that you're making day in and day out, every single minute of the day. We make so many choices. And, this is not about deciding. That's different. Deciding is different. Choosing is saying, I choose me. I choose the way I want to feel. I am aware that even by doing nothing, I'm choosing. I hope that this makes sense to you, because I feel like choosing is becoming for me one of my most powerful practices to help me feel the way I want to feel, to help me live the life I want to live today without having to wait, without having to put it off until the goal is reached, until, the action plan is complete. It's not having to do all of the things. It's making a choice, one tiny choice at a time. One tiny choice at a time. You are consciously aware and you choose either for yourself or against yourself. I mean, when it comes down to it, that's what we're doing every single day, every single choice. We're either choosing for us or against us. And so my question to you is, who do you want to choose? Which side do you want to be on in that choosing? Because you are making a choice. Even if you say you're not, you are. So are you going to choose to be on team make the choice for me or team make the choice against me? And it seems simple, I know, And in many ways it is simple, but it's not always easy because we have lived a lifetime of making default decisions, of making default choices that we don't even think about. The things we do every day, over and over, we don't even think about them. So it takes a level of awareness to come to that place. And that's where the practice comes in. When I create my practices for the month, these are the things that I check in with every single day. And it's not so much about giving myself the check mark, although I have to admit, I really love the check mark. I love to look at my chart and see checks there. But what it's really about is about reminding myself of what I say is important to me and of what I know helps me feel the way that I want to feel and live the life that I most want to be living. And that is a powerful, powerful practice. So I want to extend the invitation to you again to come to my workshop May 31st at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And you can register for the workshop at kellycover.com/practices. It will be recorded. So if you are unable to attend, but you still would like to go through the processes with us, or you might need to leave early, whatever your situation may be, I will be sending out a recording to everyone who registers. And I'm really excited to do that. So what the workshop is going to look like is the first half is going to be spending some time in meditation, in journaling. I'm going to have some really great journaling prompts. We're going to get deep into what we want, into our desires. We're going to spend some time focusing on what we want our days to look like, our ideal day. I love this exercise so much. And we're going to do a little bit of excavating because sometimes we lose track of what we want. We forget what we want our life to look like. And we're just like rolling along. And all of a sudden we look up and we're like, where the heck am I? I don't even know. Who am I? And so we're going to do a little excavating and dig down into those desires. And then we're going to align practices to the desires. And this is a totally individual process. I'm going to lead you through that. And your inner voice is going to tell you what you need. And it's going to be really, really fun and amazing. And then the second part of the workshop will be, we're really just going to take a piece of paper or take your journal and create your practice tracker. And here's the thing, it's not hard. You don't need my instruction to create the tracker itself. You know what you need? You need to set aside time to do it. And that's what this workshop is about. It's about giving you the tools to figure out those practices and then giving you the space to create something that's going to help you remember what you said is important to you. So again, the link for registration is kellycover.com/practices. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, kelly@kellycover.com, or you can shoot me a DM over on Instagram. And I am really looking forward to you joining me online. We're going to be on a Zoom call, which everybody these days is used to. So that will be the easy part, right? So I look forward to you joining me online and spending time working on you and figuring out what you want and figuring out the practices that are going to help you get there. So remember this, you matter. It is more important now than ever that you are showing up, living into your inspired potential, living into your gifts and into your purpose, the reason you were put here on earth. You are worthy.